No, I'm super proud. Again, you always want to give your seniors one last win in Strahan. And again, I thought we knew Coastal is a really good team. We knew yesterday we played really well, and so we knew they were going to come back at us. So there in sets 2 and 3, there were some things that we wanted to fix. We didn't like our response, but I really love how we responded and kind of took control in the 5th set. So we're playing some good volleyball. We're excited to head up to JMU and get ready for the conference tournament.
Yeah, this team's been on a roll, especially since that 2-game sweep against Arkansas State. Just how has this team been able to kind of turn this thing around and being able to, like you say, playing y'all's best volleyball at the right time?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talk about it all the time. Like, that's what Texas State is known for, is to be playing our best at the end. Some things we couldn't control early on, some things we could. Like I said, I think we're a better team for all the stuff that we had to go through. And so I think this group of seniors got together and they knew they didn't want to not make the conference tournament. They didn't want to make a run. They knew how good we could be, and we are. And I think you're seeing that confidence start to finally show. It took a little longer than we wanted, but you can see them playing pretty confidently, which is a good thing at the end of the season.
Yeah, Sam and Alyssa, what's been the major, I guess, flip for this team, be able to, come off that Arkansas State series and be able to put together this winning streak?
I would say, not necessarily a flip. We've always had big goals, and it just wasn't going our way at the beginning of the season, and so it was just working through that and just fighting through that, and finally it started going our way and we started building that confidence. So it wasn't like, oh, let's switch this and do this. We just kept grinding it out until it started going our way and we started getting wins, and now it just feels really good.
Yeah, I feel like we all have a lot of passion for volleyball, for competing, and kind of at the beginning of the season it was like some people would be on and some people would be off, and so it was really just putting it all together and playing as a team and believing in ourselves as a team.
Going down 2-1, what did you say in going into that 4th set?
Yeah, I just challenged the seniors a little bit. I knew they didn't want to end their career here at Strahan with a loss, and I knew they could control that. I thought this was one of the first matches in the last couple weeks where I thought they punched and we kind of were like, wait, what's happening? And then you saw the response. It just took a little longer than us coaches would have liked, but I'm glad that they responded. And again, you saw there, I never felt like we were going to lose that match. Once we took control in the 4th set, I felt really good about it. We had total control in the 5th set, and that's due to our senior class leading us.
And speaking of seniors, the one on your right, my left.
Yes.
Could you speak to what she's done the 4 years she's been here?
Yeah, God darn it, this is always the hardest because I hate coming in here on this day because it is. These kids have been here for 4 years. This group is special. They're one of the first full classes that committed to us with me being the head coach, and so they will always hold a special place in my heart. But what Sam has done for our program, I don't know if I've coached a more competitive kid. Some days that's good, some days that's bad. I gotta bring her back just a little bit. We talk a lot about how we're similar in some ways with some of the things we do, and so it's just been fun to watch. I think my coolest thing as a coach is to watch kids progress and watch, and some of it's with volleyball, some of it's with skill, and I think to Sam, there's been that, but also the maturity and being able to be a leader and do everything that we're asking her to do night in and night out is just been really, really cool to see.
And Sam, what do you take away from your 4 years here?
I love Texas State. I feel like out of this world blessed to have played here and to have the career that I've had. There's obviously been hard times and there's been amazing times, and I feel like all of it has shaped us as humans and as players, and I mean, I wouldn't ask for it any other way.
Yeah, Coach, after, obviously about the wars, Texas State and Coastal have kind of gone against each other. Y'all played in tournaments, and, after sweeping, them, what were you kind of expecting from them, knowing, they're a lot better than what?
Yeah, I knew they were going to, compete when you have a Jalen Stout on your team and then those two middles. Then I thought their outsides did a really nice job today. But honestly, I think their libero played the match of the season. Everything I've seen, today was one of her best passing and digging performances, but that's what good teams do, right? That's what I keep telling this team is I wouldn't be shocked if the number 5 seed wins the tournament or the number 1 seed wins the tournament. I'm hoping it's more so like the 3 seed. But the Sunbelt is really, really competitive this year, and so the crazy part is depending on another match, that's who we could play in the first round. So we're playing them or Georgia Southern in the first round, depending on what happens today. So I'm glad that we got the upper hand and kind of felt good going into next weekend and into the tournament.
Yeah, Sam and Alyssa, in that fourth set, y'all were down, I believe it was like 7-1. Like, it was a pretty big deficit, and a lot of teams, have folded under, in deficits, similar to that. What were y'all able to do to kind of flip that thing around, be able to win that fourth set and force that fifth?
We kind of just knew what we wanted. We stuck together. We tried to remain calm as much as possible. Obviously, they were pushing back on us, and we had to make some adjustments, but also we knew what to do, so it was just playing our style of volleyball and kind of, instead of going apart, coming together in unity and knowing we have each other's back, trusting each other. I'm really proud of how we came back in that set, because I think at the beginning of the season we wouldn't have had the same result, and so knowing that we can do that is really good, and it feels really nice going forward to play JMU and conference tournament.
Yeah, I would say something similar. Like, we believed in one another. I think the coaches believed in us, and really, if you have that, then you can do anything, including coming back from a 7-1 deficit and winning the whole match.
Yeah, Sam, I believe it was like you, Maggie, Nina, Jade, and maybe there's another person I'm missing, but like all of y'all had like double figures in kills. Just what can you say about those outside hitters and also your setters being able to come up with that many kills?
I mean, I think that's really all the setters making great decisions and putting the ball where it needs to be. And then we're also all just swinging really hard. And I mean, sometimes it doesn't work out, but most of the time being as aggressive as possible is a good thing. And so I thought we did a really good job of being aggressive in our swings tonight.
Sam, did you play against Dylan when you were in high school?
We were on the same club team.
You're on the same club team.
Yes.
But against high school, you went to different high schools.
Yeah.
What's it like playing with her now? I mean, is that relationship from where you played club together? Just...
I love Dylan so much. She's also my roommate. But it's kind of a weird invisible string. Her dad is the reason I play volleyball. He saw me at a high jump meet and taught me how to play, taught me how to do an approach. He was the coach of my first club team, and so I've known Dylan and her family for a long time now, and like, it's so cool and so full circle to like be able to play my last season here with her, coming back. I mean, she's amazing, an incredibly hard worker, an incredible person, and ask anybody in the world, they'll say the same thing.
Alyssa, you and Maggie, in the back line, double figures and digs, just like how you and her been able to kind of hold that back line, especially when you've been out with injury and she's having to fill in for you.
Our relationship this past season has just grown tremendously, and the more we've like flipped different spots, like you said in the beginning of the season, she was in the jersey, I was in the middle back, and we've just learned how to play so well next to each other, and there has been so much trust that is built. Like, we know who's gonna get what, when they're gonna get what, and it's just like no doubt about it. If they're hitting cross to Maggie, I know she's gonna get it, and like even just, oh, that ball's right there, I know Maggie's gonna get it, and I think she feels the same way about us, and it's just like a lot of cohesion, and it just feels really good back there.
Coach, I know the one person, Jade's not here, but I know that was a really emotional moment for her, for her family. Like, what can you say? Like, how did all that get up, and what does that mean to her personally?
It's awesome, and I think, I'm glad she had the weekend that she did. She blocked 18 balls on the weekend and had a really good offensive weekend. But it's awesome. Like, that was one of the reasons we went on our foreign trip, so we could try to meet her family and get that experience. But then when they found out that they could pull this off to surprise her, it was, as a coach, that's something. She had no idea when she walked in. She had zero clue that they were here. And so she is so excited. They're going to the Spurs game tonight. They're going to Austin tomorrow. Like, again, they rented a car, and they're doing all the things. So Jade's just so freaking excited. They're so excited. They were just asking questions like, can we walk around campus? Can we drive around campus? They just don't know. And so for them to have this experience the last weekend here, it's something I'll remember for a really long time.
Yes, and Alyssa, I know there's a lot of emotions. I know, like, the pregame, y'all's families, introducing y'all, but how, like, at the end of the day, how are y'all able to kind of, with everything going on, how are you able to kind of keep those emotions at bay and just try to focus on getting at least one last win here at Strahan?
I don't know, we were all crying at the start of the game, to be honest.
I'm not even sure. Like, when we started that game, I was like, having to pull it together right now is probably one of the hardest things, but it was like, we knew it was going to be emotional, and so it was like, we want to win, so we have to kind of do it for each other and just refocus. And again, there's going to be more emotions today, but like, pull it together and just play for each other.
Yeah, what does that one last win at Strahan mean to y'all, especially being the seniors?
I mean, it means
It means
everything.
everything.
You've been here and we've worked so hard, and it's just like moments like that, even not even just on a senior night, like playing a team as respectable and as good as Coastal to win in a 5-set match is like what you dream of. Like that I don't think we could have ended any better, much less it being our last game here. It just seems like perfect.
And now, as I go up to James Madison, hit the conference tournament, just how do y'all just gather this momentum and continue to build on this win
Yeah,
and try to win this thing on y'all's way out?
We're doing it, you know, like we keep saying, we're going to be playing our best here at the end. We know JMU is really good, depending on what they did today. They're probably on a 13-match winning streak. We're going in with a 6-match winning streak, so it's going to be pretty fun. But we just want to go up there and compete hard and get ready. Everything we're doing is to get ready for next weekend, I guess 2 weekends, at the conference tournament when we make our runs. So we're going to keep grinding.
You know, this is probably the last time we get to ask you about this. You know, this being the final year in the Sun Belt, just like what has, you know, Sun Belt volleyball mean to you, and what does it mean as y'all enter this new era?
Yeah, I mean, there's part of me that is sad. Like, I love the Sun Belt. I love the rivalries we have built. I love the head coaching group that I get to be with, and so that part is different. But again, I think Texas State is ready for the jump, and the Pac-12 is going to be huge. It's going to be a really, really good volleyball conference. I think, you know, our president joked about it, but it was serious that we have gotten everyone's best. Everyone wants to beat us because they know it could be their last chance to play us. So I think that has added a little pressure to our group, which again, like I said, we're taking that and just using it to help us get ready for the tournament. But we're gonna put up a fight and try to go out winning this thing in a couple weeks. So that's our goal.